What if I told you? Your refrigerator might actually be ruining some of your food. Not just the taste, but the texture, nutrients, and even how your body processes it. And chances are, you have at least 2 of these foods sitting in your fridge right now. Let's fix that. Starting today. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down 5 common foods you should not refrigerate, plus how proper storage actually affects freshness, nutrition, and food safety. No myths, no scare tactics, just practical science-based tips you can use immediately. And make sure you stick around, because the last one is something almost every household gets wrong. 1. Why refrigeration isn't always better. Most people assume colder either is safer, but in reality, refrigeration slows bacteria, not always improves food quality. Some foods are damaged by cold temperatures, affecting flavor compounds, texture, ripening process. In some cases, refrigeration actually makes food less enjoyable and less nutritious. 2. Potatoes. The cold changes their chemistry. Storing potatoes in the fridge converts their starch into sugar faster. When cooked at high temperatures, like frying or baking, this can lead to higher formation of compounds like acrylamide, which researchers recommend minimizing. This doesn't mean potatoes are toxic, just that storage method matters. 3. Best way to store potatoes. Instead of the fridge, keep them in a cool, dark, well-ventilated place. Use paper bags or baskets, not plastic. This helps maintain better texture, stable starch levels, more consistent cooking results. 4. Tomatoes. Cold kills flavor. Ever noticed refrigerated tomatoes taste bland? That's because cold temperatures break down enzymes responsible for flavor and aroma. They also damage the cell structure, making tomatoes mealy, watery, less vibrant. 5. Best way to store tomatoes. Keep tomatoes at room temperature away from direct sunlight. Only refrigerate them after they are fully ripe, and even then let them return to room temperature before eating for better taste. 6. Garlic. Moisture is the real problem. Garlic doesn't do well in the fridge because of humidity. Cold plus moisture can lead to mold growth. Sprouting. Rubbery texture. It also weakens garlic's natural flavor over time. 7. Best way to store garlic. Store garlic in a dry, well-ventilated space, a mesh bag or open container. Avoid sealed plastic bags. They trap moisture and speed up spoilage. 8. Onions. They need air, not cold. Whole onions absorb moisture easily in the fridge. This leads to soft texture, faster spoilage, strong odors spreading to other foods. 9. Best way to store onions. Store onions in a dry, cool place with good airflow. Important tip: keep onions and potatoes separate. They release gases that can make each other spoil faster. 10. Bread. The fridge dries it out faster. A lot of people refrigerate bread to make it last longer, but this actually speeds up a process called starch retrogradation, making bread dry, tough, stale. 11. Best way to store bread. For short term, keep at room temperature in a bread box or bag. For long term, freeze it, then toast when needed. Freezing preserves texture far better than refrigeration. 12. The role of moisture in your fridge. Refrigerators aren't just cold, they're also humid environments. That moisture can encourage mold on some foods, break down texture, shorten shelf life for certain items. So it's not just temperature, it's the combination of cold plus moisture that matters. 13. Food storage is about balance. Good storage isn't about putting everything in one place, it's about understanding which foods need cold, which need airflow, which continue ripening. Small changes here can improve taste, reduce waste, save money. 14. Simple habit that makes a big difference. You don't need a complicated system. Just remember, fridge for perishables like meat, dairy, leftovers, room temp for produce that ripens or needs airflow. These small habits add up over time and make your food actually taste the way it's supposed to. 15. Ripening process can be disrupted by refrigeration. Many foods, especially produce like tomatoes and even certain root vegetables, continue to ripen after harvest through natural biochemical processes. This ripening process depends on enzymes and gases like ethylene, which help develop flavor.color.nutritional profile. When these foods are placed in the refrigerator too early, the cold temperature slows or even interrupts this process. As a result, flavor development becomes incomplete. Texture may remain uneven or degrade. Overall eating quality is reduced. This is why some fruits and vegetables taste noticeably better when allowed to ripen at room temperature first. Understanding this helps you time your storage better. Room temperature first, refrigeration later, if needed. 16. Refrigeration can affect texture at a structural level. Beyond taste, temperature can physically change the structure of food. Cold environments can cause cell walls in produce to weaken, water inside cells to shift or separate, starches to reorganize. This leads to textures people often describe as mealy in tomatoes, grainy in potatoes after cooking, dry or tough in bread. These changes are not always reversible, even if the food is later brought back to room temperature. That's why proper storage isn't just about preventing spoilage, it's about preserving the original integrity of the food. 17. Smart storage helps reduce food waste. One of the biggest benefits of storing food correctly is something many people overlook: less waste. When food is stored in the wrong conditions, it spoils faster. It loses appeal, taste, texture. It's more likely to be thrown away. By storing foods based on their actual needs, not just habit, you can extend shelf life naturally, maintain better quality for longer, save money over time. In the US, food waste is a major issue at the household level, and small adjustments like these can make a meaningful difference. So in a way, learning proper storage isn't just about food, it's about being more efficient and intentional in your daily life. 18. Temperature fluctuations inside the fridge matter more than you think. Most people assume their refrigerator maintains one stable temperature, but in reality it doesn't. Every time you open the door, warm air enters. Internal temperature briefly rises. Humidity levels shift. For foods that are sensitive to environmental changes, like garlic, onions, or bread, these constant fluctuations can speed up deterioration. Instead of preserving them, this cycle can encourage condensation on the surface, trigger early spoilage, gradually degrade texture and flavor. This is especially important for foods that are better suited to stable, dry conditions. In contrast, a pantry or countertop often provides a more consistent environment, which is exactly what these foods need. So it's not just about cold versus not cold, it's about stability versus fluctuation, and many foods actually do better outside the fridge for this reason. So before you leave this video, take a moment and think about your kitchen right now. How many of these foods are sitting in your refrigerator without you even realizing it might not be the best place for them? The truth is, most of us aren't doing anything wrong. We're just following habits we've picked up over time. But small adjustments, like how you store your food, can make a real difference in how your food tastes, how long it lasts, and how much you end up throwing away. And the best part is, this doesn't require expensive tools or complicated systems. Just a little awareness and a few simple changes. Try it for yourself this week. Take 1 or 2 items out of the fridge, store them the right way, and notice the difference in quality. You might be surprised how much better your food actually tastes. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these foods surprised you the most? Or which one have you been storing in the fridge this whole time? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel reach more people. And if you enjoy content like this, simple, practical tips that actually make everyday life better, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.